Hey there, I'm Shauna, and I'm here to talk you through your wedding budget and expense tracker. If you don't have your document yet, that's okay. Check out the link in the description below to purchase it from Etsy. The first step is to create your rough wedding budget. You can always change this later. So you're going to start with the wedding budget tab. The first thing you're going to want to do is enter your total budget for your wedding right here. You'll notice all of the target costs by category automatically update. Go through your categories and check to make sure they make sense with how you want to spend your budget. For example, if you want to have a backyard wedding, you're probably not going to need that much budget for your reception venue. So you can always change that right here. You can also rename any category you want. Remember, as you're editing your category percentages, you want to make sure that they equal 100. You can check this by scrolling down to the bottom of your document and looking at the number here. You'll notice it says 97%, and we want to make sure that's 100%. So you want to edit the percentages to make sure it's equivalent to 100. Once you have the category names and percentages where you want them, you can determine how you want to spend your budget. Start going through each of the individual categories and edit the items in them. So you'll notice under attire, we have engagement party outfits, bridal shower outfits. You don't necessarily need to keep every individual one. You can always remove any of them or add your own. With each item you add or edit, you want to make sure you include a budgeted amount here under projected costs. All the costs for the category will be automatically calculated at the top. Let's look at another one. Once you're done inputting your costs, review your projected costs at the top of your document, right here. You'll want to make sure that it's less than your total budget to make sure you're on track. You may notice that on the right-hand side under actual costs, we haven't entered anything in here. That's because these costs will be automatically populated from your wedding expenses tab. Let's take a look at what that looks like. This tab is intended to track your expenses and payments. Every time you spend money on something for your wedding or sign a contract with a vendor, you'll want to enter the cost into this tab. This tab is separate because they're going to be items that you buy that you didn't budget for. We want to still make sure that we factor those into your overall costs and expenses. At the top, you'll notice that your total budget has already been auto-populated based on what you entered on the budget tab. As you enter the expenses, they'll be totaled here at the top with total expenses as well as at the individual category level. Start by entering an expense, for example, your wedding venue payment. Choose the category. Note that the category is auto-populated based on what you set in your budget sheet. So as you may remember, we changed reception venue to wedding venue, and this is already populated here. Insert number of payments. This isn't super important, it just helps you keep track. Include how to pay. This is really important to determine if your payment is set to auto pay or if you have a credit card on file or if you need to actually go and pay an invoice. Include the one-time payment or deposit. And note if you've paid the expense already. Then insert the remaining payments. You'll notice when you go over budget on a specific category, it'll turn red at the top, like right here with Attire. While you can go over your category budget, you'll want to make sure your total expenses is still less than your budget, so you can review that at the top. If you scroll to the right, you'll see the total cost for each of your expenses as well as how much of it's been paid. This is going to fuel your budget sheet on the other tab. Once you're done entering your expenses, go back to your wedding budget tab. You'll see that the expenses have automatically populated in your budget sheet. Then at the top, you can see your total costs, amount paid, and amount due to project future costs. And there you have it. You're done. Happy planning.